Hello and welcome. Right, I've set those two going. I have not forgotten. Yeah, the roller's rolling and the limer's liming. Yes, now then. It's still March, and so really we've got to finish that before we crack on. So that means I could get on with doing the farmyard. Yes, we will go on till tomorrow once those two have finished their jobs. Liming. Also got to line the other field, but that could be done as it's being sown as well. So it's not the end of the world. It's not going to hurt to leave that now. We are going to need, of course, to shift some bits and bobs. So we just need the John Deere. Or no, yeah, it's true actually. That's the bad thing, isn't it? Now then, where can we shove the main? Oh, let's stick things on the headlands. I think it's probably the best idea for now. And then when we've got the sheds and that, we'll obviously shift everything back, and they'll shift the top line of act. So exactly where it was before. I'm not sure that you'll like this, but we'll have a go. Anything should be this, but it's, yeah, I thought that I did. It's a lot of weight on that. Just surprised me really with the telehandler that it does do that, because the weight's not terribly far back. It's my point. Wrong side. You know, need to be hanging over a little bit. My adjustments, we can move it. We'll leave the engine on. We'll shift it after we've finished. Is the best solution, I think. Time lapse. Oh, let's, while we are passing and we see one of those, let's get rid of it. There's quite a few of these. Yeah, it was really sort of quite weird. I've seen the big ones do what these did before. The big, yeah, on no, I left this one, didn't I? There's a few down here though. Right, let's. Sure there were. Okay, there weren't. Oh, yes, there were. So yeah, that's right. They did weird things like that. Quite a few did that. The bigger ones. And only one of them, I think, actually did it nicely. Yeah, more good than I thought, though. Yeah, because otherwise, imagine when we didn't do anything over there. We did do them in the middle over here, though. Let's just get this up done first. Although, no, that's not. Yeah, it's again, it's that you're doing things that you're getting sort of sidetracked, doing things that aren't necessary, really. Right, one of them's finished. That will be the limer. That was a bit of a generous one. That was a bit of a. Let's try and stick it like that. Shouldn't need it to be that bad, really, but just so as if we need to do any painting or anything like that. Yeah, we've not got so much to play with. It's typical. It's true. You could have like 3 million, which I have done on the. And you can still blow it. It's quite amazing, and you can still run out of money. And you think that's what I was sort of saying when I mean handed on a plate. I'm not sort of trying to be insulting. That if you do, when you start to build a farmyard yourself, you really realise how much it does cost to do this, because it's not. Oh, is that? It has got one, yeah. It's got quite a recessed back built one, really. It's quite a nice 3 points. But then again, I suppose that depends on. Yeah, it's a little. There's some of the masses with those that are sort of quite a bit like that, with also smaller arms. Yeah, the arms aren't so. think we'll probably do the productions at the other end of the field, so there's none of this, yeah, things other than like the production shed and stuff like that. I think we'll do them at the other end, so there's none of this like shenanigans goes on. Yeah, I think going forwards, and you've not always got the room. That's the point. That's what I was sort of saying about start from scratch. It's space. I mean, we really are wasting a field, you could say, although it's not a very nice one, we're still wasting a field. It is still, nevertheless, a field that could be used. But I don't want the farmyard to be limited, is my real point. Right, that's, yeah, just a little bit. That would be enough. This is a thing, when you do things like this, you realise how much you use the farmyard. Yeah, all of the bits and bobs all over the place. And mind you, I remember, yeah, that is true. On combined counties, obviously we got a lot of kits. We took the farm because we were already on Ebony Island, so we could technically have driven from Ebony Islands to combined counties. Well, we actually ended up on Glenleithen, really, but yeah, obviously it's a 4 maps in one, so one more, and the last one, finally. I think we can leave the water one where it is. I know there's a few stones. I usually worry about them, but I'm going to like not worry about them this time. Right. No idea what I'm going for. I'm just going to literally try to allow the creative sort of ideas to flow, hopefully. Which is always a bad idea on a Friday morning, but hey ho. Right, so then we are going to place an animal. That would be the centre, I would say, of the farm. Yeah, to be centered around the animals. So I think I'm going to go for. Yes, no, I am. I know. I think I would go for the smaller one. I think it's still enough. The big one is. They're both. The Brummify ones are fantastic. They are my favourites. But yeah, they're sort of modular, which is what I want about them. They don't sort of stand alone. Yeah, now 125 for the 250 rather than the 550 because it's a bit of a monster. They both are, but this one's a real monster. So it's not the money, even though that would pretty much clear us out actually. So central, but I've set back a little, I think. Doesn't really matter too much about the production shed, although I do want to access it, so I suppose. Yeah, I don't want the. Okay, let's do it as. What are we too close to? It will be the production shed. No, it's not. Must be a tree stump in the. Oh, okay. Straw, perhaps? Could be, I suppose. There could be a bit of straw in the field. Ah, there is. I see it. I can. Of course. No, we don't paint it. We want anti-sculpting. That's a very neat trick with the soften. I think that was it there. It's just a bit of a blast there. I really do think that was it there. Animals, cows, and of course it's forgotten. Yeah, Terra Life. That was the name of the mod I was trying to remember. The more I am thinking about it, I'm totally truthful. I'm not sure. I mean, because I've used all of the mods, tried Maze Life Plus, and I thought I don't really know that it's adding anything to my game. It's adding depth, but a depth and a complication that I'm not sure. I think I personally come on the game for. I mean, I do want it to be as realistic as possible, sort of. But again, there's still nothing wrong with its simplicity. It's overly complicated, I personally think. Right, let's try it. But then again, I think I used to say the same about seasons, so that's why I'm trying to embrace it and not trying to like be negative like that. So, right, should. Okay, that's about as close as we get. It's not too bad. It's not a long way away. I don't really want to put it in V mode, is my point. A little bit of room behind wouldn't hurt though. So it's not very much leveling at all, is it? Let's be honest. Right, animals placed. So that's the centre of the farm. Oh, now I'm hoping that I've done this the right way. Because it's better one way than another. It's easy to feed it one way. Well, let's look, because I know which way that is now. I never used to. I had to finally cottoned on. It needs to be this way round. It is. That's good. Yes, this is the way. So the Edge2 Studios will want to be here. Well, yeah, that's true. I am trying to do this one. We could sort of. No, I don't want it to look odd, really. I know you can. You could have silos built inside. It's true. I have done it once, and I suppose no. If you use V mode, it's not really going to hurt. Let's just see if it stick out the roof or anything. And again, you would have, if you had a silo that was inbuilt, it would do. Obviously, the game's going to make it worse than it actually would be in real life. We know that, but yeah, you sometimes got to just do these things. Yes, it's a bit weird though about you doing this. I think you need to be inside. Yeah, because it does things like that. I think we need to go in ourselves. Probably. I don't know that it still doesn't like doing things like this, which is, it's not three-dimensional, strangely enough. Yeah, it's weird. It is, although it should technically, the game drags against itself. I can't explain it very well. I know what I mean. It's like even a power line will drag something and get in the way of something else. Let's put it in V mode for it to even, but it still wants to do it on top. I think you'd have to have put this down first. Well, you might get away with it. I think with the nozzles, we can't move, that's my point. It's sort of a little bit weird. Right, that's I think as good as it's going to get. You're not going to get any closer. And we can always delete it if we don't like it. That's the main thing, really. And it's not in V mode. Oh no, it was in V mode actually. No, it's got to be. Yeah, so let's have a look at what comes out the ceiling. Oh, it's not terrible. I mean, there are bumps and umps and things like that. If you were to have a silo built inside, like through that, the roof would have gone around it. As I say, the game's not too terrible. It looks a little bit queer, but it would in real life. You do have inbuilt silos, usually on the outside, but you could have that done. It's not impossible. And animals get used to things being like there. Well, let's face it, there's legs and poles everywhere in this anyway. That's what I'm saying. And people get a bit twitchy about this type of thing. You think, well, no, it's like the same as leaving trailers in the compound. Animals get used to it. I know, I come from a farming background. My family does. Honestly, the farmyards are messy places as well. And yeah, animals are really. They might freak out. Certain animals are, I mean, like rats. They're, I mean, not I would class those as farm animals, but yeah, they are paranoid about change. But once they get used to something being there, then they settle down. But other animals are not quite so paranoid, thank goodness. Right, so we've got that. We don't need to worry about the water. We do need to stick a. I'd got a thought about this, hadn't I? I think I needed to have done the silo first. It might be close enough. No, I think it's a bit far away. Let's have a look. What does it say? Oh, it isn't. It's picked. Oh no, no, it has. This has got million. This has got 5. million milk, 5. So it's picked up that as its storage, but we shall see if that means I can draw it out of this. If it is, that's good. If it's not, it's bad. We shall see. That's what I mean. Because it has sort of got that ability. It doesn't normally do what it did with that Omatana production, though. I've never seen it act like that, apart from, as I said, the one other time on one other map, which I thought it was the map, because I'd never ever seen that before. Again, the updates that Giants do obviously do have a ramifications, because this is strange behaviour. So whatever they've done, it's the way that was set up, because it was a very early mod, very early. It's obviously set up differently to a lot of others. So, right, we're not doing much building. Right, we need a manure point, because this is very modular. It literally needs everything. So that might actually do for the silo, the slurry, the lot. Might, because it's literally multi-fruit, so it will, even water, it doesn't care. Right, so then the manure points. Now we're going to do the manure from that and do that over here as well, really. If we do the manure point, because it's not a production, it's storage. It's true, the productions I found do weirder things than you think, but it is true, actually. I never sort of thought of doing it that way, because it's sort of... Again, it's knowing your mods as well, as in how they work through observation. It's not, yeah, there's nothing clever about this. It really is an observational thing. Now then, which way do I need to turn you? Yeah, this is the only thing I'm going to say about... Nah, it's better. That's not too bad. It's going to have to be V mode, though, I think. I think it's Cardinals. Yeah, so it's not going to... what does it matter, though, if it did like that? Let's just check. I didn't think it was floating, but it could have been. Carbon 250 and farm silo, right? Yeah, which we would expect. So that is doing exactly what we thought. It's sort of as going in as a go-between. So the manure may go in here, but you've still got to use that for the link. They don't work without each other. That's my point. So that's got everything. We could see if that will work as a slurry stroke milk, because it does. Yeah, it may well do. We shall see. This some of this is the best for this type of thing, because it was built deliberately so that everything was external, which means it's looking for storage types, whereas a lot of them don't. The Foo Farmer one is everything is like internal. It doesn't care about this. If you stick a silo though, that still does work. Not for the slurry side. That's totally isolated for some reason. So it's good. Don't get me wrong. Right, let's ask the shop if they will take the roller back. Doing it. Oh, that is a point. No, it is actually. Is there anybody else that needs rolling? Let's have a look, shall we? It should be field 3 as well. Let's grab that. Yeah, we just show everybody there. Needs rolling. There we are. It's just that one. So we won't be sending it back just yet. Am I worried about the corners? No. It's one of those things. You can't have everything. We're going to clock the harvester though. So that needs to be sorted. This is field 3. So 3. And let's create the job. Oh, why have you done draw custom field? You have got a roller. It's weird. I don't understand sometimes why it does that, but it does. I suppose it just all that matters is that you know that it does it, and I suppose you can deal with it. Yeah, Courseplay not a set it and forget it type thing. You still need a certain amount of knowledge and experience, really. I'm going to just call it 12 meters because it's supposed to be. It doesn't matter that it's an oddment. Courseplay knows that it's really Yeah, 12.3. It's a little more. I think it's 12.4, but that'll do. Right, let's shift this, otherwise it's going to get clocked. We should move it a little. Move it closer to the other field now. Yes, because I'm not expecting to use the entire field. We may do something with it. I've not got any grass equipment just yet, but it could be something like that. Let's stick that down as well. Could have really been clever and put it on the actual header trailer that we're not really. Right, now then, so we're hoping that's finished. Sheds. Now then, I'm thinking of leaving that space fairly clear. So we want to stick the. I suppose it will not hurt to do the. There's a lot of booming going on. There is. It's true. So we're going to have the same. I do like the idea of this that Omitana has done, because it's combining two similar things together. But she does the same really with the farm factory. So I personally think if you wanting to do a once sort of the farm factory, the bigger one, this does pretty much a lot of stuff really, including Tate's cakes. It does a lot, and it is a bit of a beast. So I think, all things considered, I also think if we're going to go into this mode, it's probably not a bad idea to switch the zone markers on. Really. So we'll have that. This is the central. And I'm doing it this far away. I don't like doing this. It goes against the grain that I've got a farmyard and I'm having to place this a long way away because of the storage problem. It's very flat. That's one very nice thing. So that's sort of doing everything. I think it even does. It does like butter. It's the dairy. This is such a specialist thing, but it doesn't do them all terribly well, which I like the idea of what Omitana has done. She doesn't sort of like change it now. We're still going to use the normal. Probably, I suppose that's not a bad idea. I'm trying to think of the central bit for the entire farm. It's probably not for this beast. Yeah. Let's let's move that because that looks a little bit odd. Now then, has that got one of the? It's got the road. Oh, it hasn't got one on the inside. You could stick one on there. Just don't want it to do anything weird to the road, and that's my problem. It may well do. Would it matter if we went on here and sort of did it? Yeah, now I'm going to try to be realistic. Like you're not going over the. If we sort of do it like that, we're still going to be accessible. We may have had to have moved one of these trees there. Yeah, that's too close to that. Fantastic. Tap, I would say we're going to need. It's probably going to be for straw. I'm trying to think about what the farmers we want it now. Yeah, I must admit, I'm a firm believer that some certain buildings need to go actually in the farm itself, as in like around including sheds, but this doesn't lend itself to that kind of style because the fields are really the fields. There is no demarcation line now. Thinking about what I was, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. So we want sheds. I'm going to go for Gwendol's, which suits the edge of the field. It's a beautiful bit of kit, very reasonably priced. And that's not the main reason, but it is one. It is truly one reason. It is very large. Yes, very reasonable. The company that makes it, I think, loves farming. And they're not really making a terrible amount of profits. I personally think it's probably worth at least double this. It's going to probably need to be put in a V mode, isn't it? Because it's still going to be. Is there enough? Let's have a look. we stick that like that in V mode? It should. Yeah, I mean the forks of the fork truck are going to go the. Yeah, I would say that's not bad. Of course, some issues with the. I think we can. The only issue I see really is the telehandler might do a bit of squirming. It might not like that. We might have to reset the. Ah, there it is. I knew there was another one, at least another one. We may bump into a couple more. I'm not sure if this is going to be a short run or. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that. Oh. We could sort of cheat and open the door. Oh, it's not the right one, it's here. That didn't really help. Okay, we need to drop the big back handler and sort of cheat a little. But, we knew it was going to be not. Yeah, the thing that is worrying me is that. Can we super strength it? This is one use of super strength that might. Yeah. Might be actually for once. Yes. Right, have I still got. Yeah, it's off again. Fantastic. Right, so that's a point. Super strength that. Let's try it, shall we? It's not liking it, is it? Oh, okay, fantastic. Patience is all that is required. Frequently as in life, which is let me in as well. Doesn't like, yeah. Well, you having super strength on, yeah. I've done it now. I should have quit while I was ahead. Doesn't like you jumping in if you've had super strength on. It's weird. You've got to like map pop. Oh well, we don't need to get in at the minute. Right, so this is the main shed. Still got good access. It's a bit tight into there though. Yeah, this is always the consequence with like, yeah, farming and having something big and something else. But all most farms do it. We can do it because we can swallow up through. Is that another door? I didn't realise that. I might have done. I don't know that I did. Gwendol may have touched it. He might have actually. I don't know if Gwendol is a lady or a gentleman. I've got to be honest. It's sort of. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those names that I'm really not sure. It could be either. So I'm not trying to insult you, Gwendol. Honest, it's a cracking mod, and I really, yeah. Is it one of those double doors that you can? No, the slider just is going the whole. Yeah, no, that would be true to life. It would, but the slider needs to be that big for a sliding door. Right, smashing. So that is our main shed. We're going to leave it like. I think we're going to do a bit of a bit of. This has got some very. Yeah, the one thing I did like about there's a lot of detailing in the Terra Life Plus mod, which that's good. And also, yeah, I sort of went at it like a normal, and I was thinking afterwards, on the last episode it did, where I basically down tools and waiting for yourself. And I thought, there's still options I could do. I could sell all the animals and just leave, in fact, sell them all and then buy some more later. And I could just give myself the extra cash because it wouldn't happen in real life. I'd be able to feed them, but because of the Terra Life mod, and it doesn't like other mods, so many mods it doesn't like. Right, it says paint your way. I don't care that this is the whole episode though, but we tried that concrete and it didn't really. I do like cobbles. It's concrete with pretty sort of things on it. I do like it. It looks quite nice actually. So I think we found might be a bit too much though, but we shall see. Yeah, I might need to go smaller to do the detailing, I think. I don't ever know how it actually copes with that kind of thing, with overlaps. Whether you get charged for the excess or it only charges you for the area that you actually do, I wouldn't like to say. Right, if we do that, we're going to risk. I don't mind if that is like that, so per se, really. Gotta be careful. I don't want the manure one really damaging. Yeah, it's just weird when you're colouring. I do like the way that there's quite a few of the map makers that are really good at this, which you'd expect for someone who's made a map, really, for them to sort of like think, yeah, that's not quite right. It's my intention is like, yep, let's do the floor all one sort of thing, and really, it wouldn't be like that. No, it would be different. You'd have little tiny bits where you've got a drain cover, and it would be slightly different. And I think we're only going to do this up to the edge of Gwendol's shed at the minute, because I don't know what we're doing with the rest. Yeah, we will. Will we? Do we just sort of go to the edge of what we've done and then we'll change it as we... Okay, that's, I think... Yeah, we're not finished. We've not finished. Do that to just begin with, like that. Ooh, that was far bigger than I thought. Right, okay, we've got to finish it now, even if we change it later. So do that as well, and then we might actually go over these later. So I don't want it all to be exactly one, because that becomes boring in itself, really. Oh, it's going to be to... Well, I wanted to do this because this is the one thing with being a start from scratcher that often gets missed. That's why I don't want to miss it this time. No, I don't. It's true. Stick that. Wow. It bled into that without... Yeah, it's not even gone that far. Now it's already bled into it. That's a bit strange. Let's just do a little tiny joining piece without... it has ruined it. Okay, we need a bit of that grey, which I think we did that one there in the end. This is the bit that I always find difficult because it doesn't seem to match what it's doing or where you put it, but it is all me, I know. One more there. And yeah, I would like to go around that other one. Ooh, I didn't want to go that far. Didn't want to go onto the grass though, so it looks like a natural extension to the farmyard. Let's try and level this off. Ooh. Now that was the same level, so why did you do that? Now I need to go really tiny then. Okay, smashing. Let's just, yeah, tighten that up a little. I suppose actually no, we could do, because it's not, it's more like that. Tidy it up. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. So we can still see there is... Oh, it's the shadow. It's the shadow that's making it dark. I've not made a mistake. Let's have a look. What does that look like? quite beautiful. It does, actually. It looks like a farmyard. There's a bit of something strange going on there. And there will be things bleeding into other things. I realise that. Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. But it's very similar. You can see it when you're right up to it. It's quite nice. And we've got our silo, our well, our productions, and our big new production at the top of the farm. So yes, I'm happy that for once it's not the end, but yeah, especially with having that actually, yeah, I think we ought to. Yeah, we'll do the whole field. Come on, let's get this sorted. Let's make it look realistic. But I don't think we're going to do. We might hate boring. I'd like to grass it. I don't like doing that, and then we can put things on top of the grass. Yeah, it just hate concrete everywhere. It sort of ruins. It's unnatural. I will put some finishing touches on. But I just want to rescue the tractor, or both of them actually. This has got narrow, so this one I can safely rescue without any kind of shenanigans. We need to shift everything off the field of the oats though, or else it's going to be, yeah, especially the roller, it's going to do some doubt. All that will be first growth stage, and it's, yeah, I haven't got crop destruction plus on anymore, but yeah, it's not quite brilliant. So roller, in fact, we will ask the shop if they can actually pick that up. We won't look at it, and we will switch the zone markers off. So I think we are sorted. Yeah, still exactly as it was before. Let's go through to April morning. And I'm going to leave it there because I want to do the soybeans. So yeah, it's been, I would say we've got a decent session, probably a long one actually. It is 8 o'clock though. We should check the sales, and we will put animals in. Obviously, that's where the last of the winnings is going to go. Oh, very nice. That's the fertilizer business kicking in. And again, it's chugging. It's not like exploding exponentially or anything like that. So, I think I've ever had that. Ever. 4.5. It's a little bit on the small side, but haven't we already had this? The original one. Yeah, I'm sure we have. I'm sure we'd seen this, or it might be no. Sometimes I see this that often on other farms that I think it bleeds in. So that's it. The seeds are set. We're up to or down to, whichever way you look at it, 262. I thought we were going to shift the tractor around. And now we're going to have to do the trick, aren't we? Of telling it. Oh, we've got the weeds growing as well. But only, oh yeah, that's true. It should only be on that field. We need to be on this screen. We need to use the trick. If it will let us do it. Should do if we use the angle correctly. Yeah, brilliant. So let's have a last look at what we have done so far. Yeah, so we've rolled everything, sort of. You can see that it's not perfect. We will have some weeds growing. We've just seen that really on field 6. Yes, quite a bit considerable. We've got a, yeah, we will, over at the store, we're going to get some salt ordered. It might be done in time. And a bit of stone, but we don't need a lot. Road salt. Don't think this is the right. No, it's not the right one. Our pack is better. G866 mods comes to the rescue with super pack. Big John Wayne. Well, actually, Big John Waynes are not bad either. Really? Yeah, I usually go way too mad with this. I think 2 will do nicely. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but right, okay, we'll carry on the same. Actually, Big John Waynes aren't cheaper than that. That's 4,000 litres. I think just 2. Now, can we please reset that? Because that was a mistake. I think it was indeed. Whereabouts have they gone? Have they gone into the... trying to think where I did it. In the middle. Ooh. Cedar. Yeah, we need to sort of like switch on super strength, don't we, for once. This is a valid use, because this is more of an oversight than a... Ooh, I need to be able to get through. Just need to go in. Yes, I don't do it very often. It's one of about 2 times that you've seen me do that, but it was more about the farmyard, wasn't it? And so I thought, well, I'm not going to like allow the field to get wrecked just because I've done that. I think everything else is okay. Right, so where did we have... oh, inside here, of course. Well, that worked out quite well. It did. We paid for the delivery, so I'm not going to worry or lose any sleep over it, although I didn't mean to do it, if I'm being totally truthful. That's where we're going to leave it. We're going to shift everything into the shed. Not sure if we're going to have to wait for certain things. We're going to need that. We could, I was just thinking it would be useful if we stuck the salt and that in already. Yeah. We need to reverse. We're still... well, no, it's first growth stage. You may get away with this. Could sort of grab that as we're passing. Probably won't use this. That's the thing. Very rarely do. Now, that's something that would have to change if I was seriously going to do the Terra Life Plus, because it needs to be tethered a lot. The conditioning of the grass is very important to both Maize Plus. Obviously, Maize Plus is built into it, so is the enhanced animal system. That's what I'm not looking forward to terribly much. Yeah, I've played with these mods, and I'm not a massive fan of some of the negative consequences, which I personally believe outweigh the positives, if you can say there are positives. It's a bit too beastly, I've personally found, so I'm not going to pretend I like something just for the sake of pretending. And these ones, sure. Yeah, these... so we want production shed, not... yeah, gotta be careful. Stick these in, and I think it's already... no, it hasn't got any water in. So we do need to stick a bit of water in. I think I might play havoc with this. If we could drop the weight off for a minute, I think it'll be alright then. Oh, it's already filled. You don't need to fill something that's already full, because you can't. Nope, we don't want to stick that in there. We want it here. And then I think 40 tons should sort of, it might not completely do it, but it will be enough to get it going, and to, yeah, it's because it's right. Let's set it going. That's the most important thing of all. Is actually to set that in the production shed. We need to be setting the herbicide and the lime to be self-sufficient. I do like that. I love the idea of this. That's the first thing that, yeah, it's already trundling along very slowly, but you don't expect it to be doing it very fastly. It's like almost all farming, really. It requires patience, which is I was always hoping this game would assist me in learning a little bit of patience. Right, so then let's just do a bit of landscaping whilst we've... because I can see something I haven't done quite right. Say a bit of probably that size there. I think that's all right. It's weird, isn't it? Oh, I've missed a bit. It's quite amazing how... ooh, eh? Why did that do that? Well, that's a bit odd. It's very odd. Never ever seen that do that before. Okay, we can sort this. It's because it's full. What we need to gonna do is something that you could only really do with probably the big back handler. But you might be able to do it with the quick, with these transport straps as well. You might, but you sort of got to get it from the right angle. Doesn't, oh, okay. Surprises me. That's got it, that's got it. Yes. Yeah, that, I don't know whether there was a hidden collision on the production shed or what. No, it wasn't. I got it from, yeah, the not production shed. Never noticed it before though, but I don't know what happened. That was a bit of a weird one. I could try and reproduce it. I think it's not going to hurt with another 20 tons, really. See if we can reproduce the effect. Because we weren't really particularly deep in, but that's the trouble. I will check in editing because sometimes it's worse than you think it is. I think what I'd like to do though is do a little bit of a different colour in there. That was a sort of mistake. So I think a bit of normal concrete or asphalt even probably is not a bad idea. Wanting to go forwards, you can see where the line is, and it's not doing it where the actual line is. You'd have to need to go one further, which I did talk about this refraction. It's definitely a thing where just a little bit further, I think it should be reasonably alright. Yeah, it's not quite. Again, it's different from different angles as well. Yeah, see, that's now gone way beyond that. It's like refracted the total different way. What I'll do is a little. Whoa. Wow, that's a monster amount. Shall we? Oh, now it's gone monstrously bad that way. Right, okay. It's going to have to do, because it really does play havoc. You can't sort of play nicely with it. I don't want to get rid of that green there. That's the last job we're going to do. I promise. Let's just get rid of that. It looks a bit odd, doesn't it, really? Painting. And beautiful. It is very nice little cobbles. I really do. That's it. Smash it. Excellent. That'd be a bit too much. We might do some breaking up of it so that it doesn't look too odd. I don't know. Does it look odd? Well, I should wait for comments from yourself to say, "Oh, my life, it's horrible," or "It needs adjusting," or yeah. The fellow shareholders do have a say. I've always said this. But that is the end of a session. Yeah. All we've got to do now is a bit of weeding later on when we've got some herbicide, and we've got to plant soy. I think that's just the one, isn't it? It's the one field left to do, I think, because the farmyard is now the farmyard. We have swallowed up that field, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. Then we have 2 oats, 1 barley, and we will have 1 soybeans, and we have a grass field now. Yeah, we do. So I'm thinking, was I supposed to be doing the animals on that? I was, but you know, we could always sell it back if. But I don't think we will. I think that we own that generator as well. I never noticed whether that kicked in too. But we shall. Yeah, I'm quite happy that for once in my career as a start from scratch, we have. We've also got enough cash for the animals, so I'm quite pleased with where we are at present. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.